Hello, hello! Welcome back to N25 Story Summaries. Today, we're finishing out the third event rotation with Kana 3 and Immiscible Discord. I can't believe we're already here! Just one more round of rotations, plus the World Link and a few mixed events, and the Nightcord portion of my summaries will go on pause while we wait for new events to be added to EN. But let's not think about that now. I just looked up what immiscible means, and it's the phenomenon of when two liquids don't mix together when combined. You know, like oil and water. More than a little interesting if I do say so myself. But anyway, Immiscible Discord ran on the JP server from March 23rd through the 28th, 2023. Actually, this was the first Nightcord event I ever played for myself in real time. I started playing around New Year's of 2024, so since the EN server is a year behind, this was my first Nightcord event. I do have the Musique card from this set as well. My very first Musique 4-star card. Alright, enough of my yammering, let's get started. Oh, wait, the commission song for this event is Samsa, or Zamusa with two Z's, depending on who you are. Okay, now let's get started. Things are about the same since the last time we saw everyone. Mafiu can't stay on Nightcord for very long, but progress is still going smoothly. Oh god, okay, never mind. Just right out the gate with the Mafu Mom jump scare. She's still adamant about going through her daughter's computer while she's at school, and, well, I guess I knew this day would come. Mafu Mom found Nightcord. That's including all of Mafiu's lyrics, some of Enna and Musique's works, and the song demos. But I think the most important discovery is Mafiu's Nightcord chat logs. Kanade sends a message while Mafu Mom is snooping around, and Mafu Mom clocks her as the composer. Meanwhile, Kanade is happily walking back home after visiting her dad, who is in good spirits today. But of course, like most things, Mafu Mom has to ruin it all. She sends Kanade a message through Nightcord using a new account, making a request on behalf of her daughter's well-being. Kanade hesitates to answer the message at first, but after thinking about how ignoring it may hurt Mafiu, she decides to engage. That's the first mistake, opening the floodgates like that. Mafu Mom immediately asks Kanade to stop making music with Mafiu. Her daughter needs to focus on her studies, not on some silly side project that only causes her to lose sleep. If Kanade is a true friend, then she'll support Mafiu's real dream. Wow, alright, guilt-tripping right out the gate. Kanade thinks of a memory from middle school of her and her dad. It was just about an assignment Kanade had, an essay about her dream job. She, of course, wrote about becoming a composer, and complained about having to study other things like social studies and biology, because those don't really help with music. Her dad just laughs and says that those fields could be sources of inspiration for songs, and that sometimes he wishes he studied more in school. Kanade understands what Mafiu's mom is trying to say, but this dream of Mafiu's doesn't seem to be medical school. No, Mafiu's heart clearly lies with N25. Kanade refuses Mafu Mom's request and says that she's in no position to deny Mafiu a place in the group. Mafu Mom tries to guilt trip again, but Kanade stands firm. Clearly, Mafiu's mom isn't finished yet, though. She asks to meet with Kanade in person to discuss things further. Obviously, Mafiu has to deal with the fallout when she gets home. Her computer isn't where she left it, and when her mom comes in to say that dinner's ready, she very nicely asks her mom to stop using her computer without asking. Mafu Mom tries to be slick, but she asks if those poems are part of Mafiu's homework, and when she gets no response, tells her daughter to stop staying up so late. Mafiu immediately knows what happened. Her mom found out. It's over. But Mafiu doesn't want it to be over. She doesn't want to stop making music. Her mom does worry for her, and that has to be the reason she's doing all of this. Right? Her mom cares about her. Right? Over in the empty Sekai, a flash of light and a strange feeling causes Miku to look up from her picture book to find an unfamiliar face staring back at her. It's Kaito! Hey Kaito, how's it going? Welcome to the club. Nightcord Kaito is kind of a big jerk, as you'll see soon, but he does tend to accompany some banger songs, so I guess he's not all that bad. Mafiu's feelings seem to have called him to the Sekai, and Miku wonders if something happened to Mafiu in the real world. Yes, something has happened to Mafiu in the real world. Her only speck of joy is about to be unceremoniously snatched from her. She logs into Nightcord just for a minute to say that she won't be able to join any calls for a while. Mafiu promises that she'll still write lyrics and respond to messages when she can, but she'll have to leave for now. And she promises to be back as soon as she can. Enna is a bit angry, but Musique just says that they'll be waiting for Mafuyu's return, however long it may be. Enna and Kanade echo this sentiment and Mafuyu logs off, a solemn energy filling the call. Musique suspects that Mafumam was deliberately looking for evidence of Night Court on Mafuyu's computer, to which Enna wholeheartedly agrees with. She tells the others about her call with Mafumam from the last event, in which she asks Enna if she was the friend that made Musique. Kanade has been kind of squirming in her seat the entire time and finally spills the fact that Mafumam messaged her on Night Court. Rightfully, Enna and Musique are shocked. They ask a bunch of questions, and Kanade answers them all dutifully, eventually getting to the part where she's meeting Mafumam in person, 2 days from now. Enna declares that she wants to come along, and Musique follows suit. It's sweet, but Kanade says that this is something she should do on her own. If things go bad and Mafuyu isn't allowed to meet with Kanade anymore, then she doesn't want Mafumam to know Enna and Mizuki's identities in the case that Mafuyu has no one else to turn to. It's solid logic, but absolutely heartbreaking to hear. Enna makes Kanade promise to tell them the minute anything starts to go south, and she does, the worry still thick between all of them. The next day, Enna and Mizuki are out shopping to try to get their mind off of things. They're taking a break at their usual diner when Mizuki spots Mafuyu outside and excitedly runs out to bring her over. Both Enna and Mizuki have been worried about how they can help Mafuyu since this whole thing seems to be more of a family matter, but after treating the outing like any other meetup with friends, Enna hopes that she can at least offer Mafuyu the time to not think about her family. It's not much, but it's still something she can do. It seems to work, too. Mafuyu thinks that she feels a lot warmer after talking with Enna and Mizuki, but it's almost her curfew, so she's gotta go back to the hellhole. Enna and Mizuki walk her to the main street, but since they live in different directions, this is where they part ways. Enna tells Mafuyu to speak up if something's truly bothering her, because she's the only one who can protect herself in the end. Mafuyu gets lost in her head, thinking about how she might be forced to leave Night Court when she's found by her dad. Oh, hey, I totally forgot about him for a second. I really don't know how this is going to go. It's fine actually, thank God. Dad just offers to buy Mafuyu the study guide she needed, and they head home without any fanfare. At dinner, though, both of her parents harp on her for staying up late. Enna's words replay in Mafuyu's mind, and she tries to stand up for what she wants. She makes a good excuse, and her dad seems to buy it, but Mafumam, of course, doesn't. She asks if studying is the only reason she wants to stay up late, or if there's something else that she's doing late at night instead. Mafuyu doesn't answer, and her parents just kind of reiterate their ideas and don't let Mafuyu get in another word for the rest of dinner. In distress, Mafuyu enters the sekai, nearly giving in to despair, when she's met face to face with Kaito. Kanade is thinking about what to say to Mafuyu's mom, but she isn't coming up with any solid arguments, so she decides to head over to the sekai to ask Miku. And, well, speaking of arguments, Mafuyu and Kaito are going at it when Kanade arrives. I think I'm gonna play the clip because I can't even begin to try to replicate Kaito's energy here.
だってもうどうしようもないじゃない。あの声。私は嫌って言ったの。音楽をやりたいっていうことも伝えたの。でもそれでも聞いてもらえなかった。これ以上どうすればいいっていうの。うるさい。少し落ち着け。そもそも聞いてもらえないくらいで諦めるなら、お前の思いはその程度ってことだ。だが違うだろ。自分に嘘をつくな。嘘なんてついてない。私はまあそれでいいなら好きにしろ。
As you can imagine, Kaito ends up taking things a bit too far, and Mafuyu flees the scene. Rin and Len arrive in her wake and try to scold Kaito, but he just says that he doesn't plan on babying Mafuyu like the rest of them. See what I mean when I say Night Court Kaito is a little bit of a jerk? I mean, this tactic might be getting through to Mafuyu, but it's not like her mental state will be any better for it. Kanade watches Mafuyu go, and resolves to tell her mom just how much Mafuyu is struggling. Because if she doesn't, Mafuyu might want to, disappear again. Alright, now, the day of the meeting between Kanade and Mafumam has finally arrived. No lies, no half-truths. Kanade has to reach through those terrible walls of Mafumam's and truly express to her how Mafuyu feels. And it's finally time, everyone. It's time for the official Mafumam sprite and voice reveal. Ta-da! Here she is! I hope you enjoyed my artistic rendition of her while we've waited to get to this point. The two introduce themselves to each other, and Mafumam brings Kanade to a cafe inside a fancy hotel to talk. Kanade thinks that Mafumam sounds like a nice, normal person, but we all know what hides beneath that false demeanor. That demeanor drops fairly quickly as Mafumam brings up entrance exams. Kanade's whole no-lying thing is probably going to backfire as soon as she mentions the fact that she's not intending on going to university. Yep, Kanade is definitely feeling it now. That cold, unsettling energy Mafumam seems to bring with her everywhere is sending chills down Kanade's spine. Her words seem nice on the surface, but Mafumam's tone and expression tells a different story. Honestly, so far this conversation is just a repeat of the one they had over Night Court. The only difference is that Mafumam is more specific about Mafuyu's quote-unquote dream of becoming a doctor. And then, of course, Mafumam says that she doesn't want Kanade to contact Mafuyu anymore. Kanade launches into an explanation about how Mafuyu doesn't want to give up music and that it's important for her, to which Mafumam agrees. She doesn't mind that Mafuyu is making music. She just doesn't want it to be for N25 anymore. There's no room in Mafuyu's life for this little music group. If Kanade truly cares for Mafuyu, then she'll do what's best for her and ask her to leave. Permanently. After dropping that absolute bombshell and leaving Kanade speechless, Mafumam tries to leave. Kanade stops her before she can get up and, as a last-ditch effort, tells her about how Mafuyu wanted to disappear. How they've made so much progress over these past 2 years, and how she finally knows that she wants something, anything, and that something is Nigo. Unfortunately, Mafumam is absolutely delusional and says that Mafuyu must have said such a thing because she got a bad grade on a test. I'm sorry, what? I don't know what to say. Ugh. Kanade begs Mafumam to have a conversation with her daughter and ask her about what she truly wants to do, and Mafumam agrees. Once they've had a clearer heart-to-heart, Mafuyu will realize that she doesn't need this silly little group anymore. Those are her exact words, by the way. Silly little group. God, this woman makes me so angry. I need to lie down. Kanade realizes that Mafuyu's mom doesn't actually care for her daughter at all. She just thinks that she does. It's nothing like the way Kanade's mom cared for her when she was little. We get treated to a little flashback where Kanade's mom's health is in its later stages. They were supposed to go on a picnic, but her mom couldn't get herself out of the house. Baby Kanade worries over her mom, but the latter just smiles gently and says that she'll listen to her music box and everything will be better. Kanade asks if that always works, and her mom says yes, so this is where Kanade's motivation to become a composer originates. Kanade's mom smiles again and tells Kanade that she shouldn't compose for others. She should do what she wants to do. And if that ends up being composing, then that's okay. But Kanade's first priority should be herself. I wish present-day Kanade would adhere to that advice, but oh well. Phew, I needed that little interlude. Usually the flashback sections just feel a little pointless and interrupt the pacing of the present, but I needed that break from Mafumam's delusional behavior. Unfortunately, we are back in the building again. Oh, but this time Kanade's putting her foot down. She's refusing to leave Mafuyu's side, because if Mafumam gets her way, it will absolutely destroy Mafuyu. Even if this woman is her mother, even if she says that she cares, Kanade doesn't believe a word of it. Mafumam just sighs and says that Kanade's response is rather unfortunate, but does not have any further arguments. She suggests that Kanade heads home so as to not worry her family. Ugh, a little unintentional gut punch there. As the two part ways, Mafumam asks Kanade to keep their meeting a secret from Mafuyu, to which Kanade agrees, even though she should absolutely tell Mafuyu about this. Ugh! Whatever. She also gives Kanade some more unsolicited advice. Just try not to make any decisions that you'll regret in the future, Monsieur Isaki. Kanade watches Mafumam leave and clutches at her chest, realizing that Mafuyu has to spend her entire life living in that cold, oppressive presence. It hurts, and Kanade knows that she has to save Mafuyu in whatever way she can. Composing, yes. Being there for her when she's able to return, that too. But maybe if she can pass on the love that her parents gave to her, Mafuyu will get better. Kanade can be that pillar for Mafuyu. it's the least that she can do. Alright, that's Immiscible Discord, everyone. How do I even end this video? A lot happened in this event, so much that I don't think that there's a part I can hone in on for the outro. I have to talk for a little bit to give the card some time to scroll past, so, screw Muffin Mom and her delusional ass behavior, I am on the hate train. Samsa is peak. Kaito is in Nigo now, yay! I don't think that will have any disastrous implications for future events. I'm not sure if this is canon or not, but the other members react to Kaito arriving through the virtual show, and they're all just like, okay, cool, time to sing now. Hopefully a future event gives us an actual reaction from everyone. For now, I think I should try to not think about Mafumam for a good long while. Next up on the event list is another one I've been looking forward to, and the start of the 4th rotation. Musique returns and we escape to survive. I'll see you then.